Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Meydan Racecourse here on Thursday. It is the 11th of February 2021. Gonna look at all the races on tonight's program from Meydan, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. Let's get to tonight's action from Meydan, starting off with the first race, which is the Group 2 Mazra Al Ruwaya Stakes. It's a Group Two event going for a purse $36,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. The Arabian horses. We have 11 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the dirt course. As a top selection, we'll take the 9-horse Rawa. We'll go 9-11-2 in the Tri-Cash trifecta. 9-11-2 Tri-Cash trifecta. Top selection 9-horse Rawa. This 6-year-old mare here gets the jockey booking here of Bernardo Pinheiro up in the saddle. The horse's most recent outing came over at Abu Dhabi on the lawn the 24th of January in a local Group 3, 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs on the dirt, and the horse finished second by 5 1/4 lengths. The winner was a much the best winner. This horse was just running at a trip a little bit too short, quickened up a little bit late, but it wasn't anything spectacular. But going to a longer trip here today, it's going to come to the dirt where this horse hasn't run so good in the past, but I think the longer trip the horse has been really running, crying out for. If this horse gets it closer, I think he can really run a good race. Two back in the dirt here at Meydan the 7th of January in the Group 1 1,600 meter Maktoum Challenge Round 1. The horse that day finished 6 by 9 1/4 lengths there and just kind of stalked, hit the wall late, just couldn't keep up. It wasn't the day to win. You know, it was a very weird Maktoum Challenge Round 1 for the Arabians this year. He just couldn't keep up with them. And then prior to that, the horse ran over as my iPad craps out. It always does this during these big videos. I'm ordering a new one, so the new one should be coming very soon. But then prior to that, the horse ran over at Abu Dhabi on the 4th of December in a conditions race, 16 miles, 1 mile on the lawn. The horse finished 6 by 4 3/4 lengths there. Again, kind of stalked, but then kind of hit the wall late. Just couldn't keep up there. Not kind of, did hit the wall late. But the horse's last victory was a very good race at a lane last January of 2020. 1,000 meters, 5 furlongs in a conditions race. Horse finished 1 by 2 1/4 lengths there. And on the front and all throughout, the horse had everything and more. But like I said, the horse's races on dirt have been a little bit weird at times, but then good at times also. He's won twice on dirt, but come back to dirt for the second time this year again. I'm going to take the shot with him at 15-1 in this very wide open opener. So to recount my selection for the first from Meydan, let's take the 9-horse Rawa. We'll go 9-11-2 in the Tri-Cash trifecta to race 2. The second race from Meydan, it is the Emirates SkyCargo Handicap. It's a handicap going for a purse $68,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 16 horses going 2,400 meters or a mile and a half on the turf course. As a top selection, we'll take the 4-horse Star Safari. We'll go 4-1-9 in the Tri-Cash trifecta. 4-1-9 Tri-Cash trifecta, top selection of 4-horse Star Safari. 5-year-old going by See the Stars. William Buick gets them out for Godolphin and Charlie Appleby. The horse's most recent outing, the 28th of January, came here at Meydan, a mile and a quarter in a listed handicap, and the horse finished third by 4 lengths. Very tough competition, too short a trip. The horse just never really got going, never quickened up, kind of plodded along. It wasn't the day to win. Second off the break, longer trip. He's going to have to overcome a wide post trip, but I think he has some forwardly paced early on to overcome it. But I think he'll really run a good race here today. Two back ran the 27th of February here at Meydan, a mile and a quarter in a handicap, and the horse won by a length there. He sat back early, slowly moved his way up, and when he got the lead very nicely and had a lot left in the tank, and all around good effort there. And then prior to that, enlisted stakes at Deauville, August 2019, a mile and a quarter on the lawn. The horse finished 6 by 3 lengths there. The ground was on the softer side of good, and first off the break there, the horse just couldn't really get a good turn of foot and got swallowed up by the rest of the horses. And then prior to that, as a 2-year-old at Nottingham, 1 mile main race in October 2018, the horse won by head. He was all out, but he got the job done. The first thing race, he looks like he's been getting better and better. He's bred for the mile and a half. He's going to get it today. The only subpar thing is the wide poster, but at 4-1, I think on ability he can get the job done. Keep an eye out. Pardon me, I can't speak today, but keep an eye out on the 1-horse High End. The 7-year-old Gellin by DeBowie. Hector Crouch is on this one for Saib and Soar. His most recent race here at Meydan in that listed handicap on the 28th of January was quite horrible. But if you take that race out, since he came off of that very long layoff, he's been running half. He hasn't been running half bad at all. Back to the mile and a half trip. He's drawn well. 10-1 will give him a shot. He's been on the up and up. But to recap my selection for the second from Meydan, it's the Emirates SkyCargo Handicap. Let's use the 4-horse Star Safari. Give kudos to the 1-horse High End. We'll go 419 in the tri-cash trifecta, 4-1 in the place pot to race 3 from Meydan. The third race from Meydan, it is the Meydan Trophy. It's a conditions race going for a purse $50,000. Race for 3-year-olds only. We have 8 horses going 1,900 meters or mile 3/16 on the turf course. I'm going to take the 3-horse Leopardo as a top selection. We'll go 3-5-1 in the tri-cash trifecta. 3-5-1 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection, my best bet of the night, the 3-horse Leopardo. 3-year-old colt by Cairo Prince. Andrea Tazzini gets them out for Mark Johnston. The horse's most recent outing came the Albastica trial here made on a mile 3/16 on the dirt on the 20th of January, and the horse finished 6th by 9 quarter lengths. Just kind of plodding along from mid-pack all the way around the course and just never was handling dirt and never was really into it. Wasn't his day to win. Back to turf, lesser quality horses. I think he could really run a good race. Two back ran at Wolverhampton, a mile and a half in a nursery handicap, and he finished second by a neck. He had a ginormous weight on his back of 140 pounds. He sat back early, slowly moved his way up, had the lead, and then I think the weight got to him. He just kind of hung a little bit late. He got overtaken. What can you do? But he was carrying 140 pounds, only carrying 126 today. 121 last time out. So with a better weight today, I think he's in a more realistic spot to win. And then prior to that, he ran at Chelmsford, mile quarter conditions race, finished third by head. A race he should have won. He sat back early, had the lead, and then got caught late. What can you do? But the debut, after all said and done, was a good race at Newcastle. 1 mile in a novice race, drawn on the stand side, which you want to be at Newcastle. He didn't break that well, but slowly recovered, quickened up nicely, and he went away with it. A very good race. Coming back to turf, drawn very well, has some forwardly pace. At 3-1, I'm going to take him, and he'll be my best bet of the night. So to recount my selection for the third from Meydan, it's the Meydan Trophy. Let's take the 3-horse Leopardo. We'll go 3-5-1 in the tri-cash trifecta to the fourth event. The featured fourth race from Meydan, it is the Group 2 Al Maktoum Challenge R2. It's a Group 2 event going for a purse $293,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses going 1,900 meters or a mile 3/16 on the dirt course. As a top selection, we'll take the 4-horse Dubai Warrior. We'll go 4-10-3 in the tri-cash trifecta. 4-10-3 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection of 4-horse Dubai Warrior. This 5-year-old horse by Dansville. Frankie Dettori's on this one for John Gosden. The horse's most recent outing came in a listed stakes at Lingfield, 19th of December, mile and a quarter there, and the horse finished third by neck. You know, he broke well, quickened up, on the stalk that day, set the pace that day. I can't speak today, pardon me. It's been a very long day. But he set the pace that day. He couldn't keep up late. He was carrying a high weight of 137 pounds on his back, and I think that got to him late. Just never could keep up. The two lower weight horses got the better of him. Just, like I said, just couldn't keep up. Coming back here, mile quarter, good weight. I think he should really run a good race. But the big question is, will he handle the dirt? I think he can, because I think he has enough pace to go to the front end and not get a lot of the kickback. Two back, he ran at an illicit stakes at Lingfield, mile quarter, 14th of November, and he finished. He won by 3.5 lengths that day, and he's back to his old ways. He loves Lingfield, sat on the front and all throughout, and all around good effort at 44 cents to the dollar. And then prior to that, an illicit stakes Sandown, a mile quarter on firm ground in July. The horse finished 5th by 4 lengths there. High weight. Just never was getting into it. This horse did not like the turf. He likes the synthetic, especially at Lingfield, which was very good because the race before in the Winter Derby at Lingfield last February, he won by 2 3/4 lengths, and again on the front and all throughout. Not as the favorite. He just ran a very good race, and then he won the Derby trial before that Lingfield very nicely, or excuse me, the listed stakes in December 2019 at Lingfield nicely, and won a handicap challenge for it in November 2019 very, very nicely also. He has the pace to win here. Big question is the dirt, but like I said, I think the pace could overcome that with him going to the front end and not getting that dirt kickback. He's been here for a few weeks, so this has been on his target. 6-1. Let's take him. Your second likeliest winner is 10-horse, the Great Collection. Pat Cosgrave's on this one for Doug Watson. Most recent race in the Maktoum Challenge R1. He was drawn very wide, and also I don't think the mile trip is to his liking. He looks like the kind of horse that mile and a quarter, mile 3/16 today should really be in his wheelhouse. At 3-1, we'll give him a shot. But to recount my selections for the fourth from Meydan, it's the Maktoum Challenge R2. We'll give kudos to the 4-horse, Dubai Warrior, and also the 10-horse, the Great Collection. We'll go 4-10-3 in the tri-cash trifecta, 4-10 in the place pot. The fifth race from Meydan. The fifth race from Meydan co-featured is the Group 2 Al Rashida Stakes. It's a Group 2 event going for a purse of $163,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have 7 horses going 1,800 meters, or a mile and 1/8 on the turf course. I'm going to take the 7 horse Zakuski as a top selection. We'll go 7-1-4 in the tri-cash trifecta. 7-1-4 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection is 7 horse Zakuski, 5-year-old gelding by Charmadal. William Buick gets them out for Charlie Appleby. The horse's most recent outing came in the Group 2 Singspiel Stakes here at Meydan, a mile and 1/8 on the lawn the 21st January, and the horse finished second by 3 lengths there, and he sat back early, slowly moved his way up, but Lord Glitters from nowhere just went nicely. Second off the bench, a lot fresher horse. I think he could go to the other side of Lord Glitters today. 2 back in the listed stakes in Newmarket, 31st of October, 1 mile on heavy ground. The horse went by nose that day, and he stalked. It looked like he wasn't handling the sledgy going, but he finally got there late. He outclassed the others. It was an all-around good race, even though he didn't like the going. And then prior to that, on the 9th of October at Newmarket, 7 furlongs in the Group 2 Challenge Stakes. He finished 4th by 6.5 lengths there, and he just never really was into it. Never really plotted. He just kind of plodded along and just never quickened up. I think he needed the race since it was his first run since the Zabeel Mile that came here at Meydan last February 20th. Over the mile trip on the lawn, he won by a neck and he ran his heart out. A very, very good race. He likes running on this turf course. He's drawn well. He's a front running style. 5-1 will give him a shot. A horse that's going to be coming from nowhere is your second likeliest winner is the 1 horse Lord Glitters, the 8-year-old gelding by Whipper. Daniel Thudhope gets them out for David O'Meara. Most recently in the Singspiel, the horse won by 3 lengths, closing up from nowhere. An all-around good race. Before that in Bahrain, though, he was drawn very wide, and he just could never get a good run on that very tight course. And then before that, he was running. He kept seeing ground goings that he just does not appreciate. He likes a very quick ground. In the UK this year or last year, he kept seeing yielding or soft ground, which he just does not like. He's going to see quick ground again. 5-2. I think another very likely winner, so use them on your place pot. But 5-2 and 5-2, both these horses, I know they're not the best price in the world, but so we'll have the TriCast to make some extra money here. So here's my TriCast to recap my selection for the 5th from Meydan. It is the Group 2 Al Rashida. We'll use the 7 horse Zakuski as a top selection. Give kudos to the 1 horse Lord Glitters. We'll go 7-1-4 in the TriCast trifecta. 7-1 in the place pot. For the 6th race, the nightcap from Meydan. The nightcap, the 6th race from Meydan, it's the Emirates Skyward Handicap. It's a handicap going for a purse $65,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 10 horses are going 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. I'm going to take the 4 horse Mutafa as a top selection. We'll go 4-5-3 in the tri-cash trifecta. 4-5-3 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection of 4 horse Mutarafa. This 5-year-old gelding by acclamation. Dane O'Neill's on this one. The horse's most recent outing came enlisted handicap here at Meydan, 5 furlongs on the 21st January, and the horse finished second by 3/4 of a length there. And he didn't run a half bad race at all that evening. Early on in the race, he kind of stalked a little bit of turn of foot late. The winner equal lateral is just on a level as his own, but this horse placed behind a decent horse. Coming here, lesser quality horses could sit closer. I think he will really run a good race. 2 back on the 18th of January at Jebel Ali on the dirt, 6 furlongs and a handicap. He finished second by 1/4 lengths there. He was with him early on. He couldn't keep up late. The final furlong at Jebel Ali is basically uphill. You either handle it or don't. He just didn't handle it, but I've seen a lot worse races there. And then prior to that, he ran at Meydan, 6 furlongs, February 29th, and a handicap. On the dirt, he finished 3rd by 8 lengths there, and he never really got into it. The dirt, experiment there wasn't a success. And then before that, he ran here at Meydan last year, January 2020, 5 furlongs and a handicap, finished 12th by 44 lengths there. And, he just never really had a run. He was just facing very tough horses and faster horses, but these horses today aren't as fast. He's training well. At 5-1, we'll give him a shot. Second likeliest winner is the 5 horse Story of Light. Most recent race here at Meydan a year ago over the 7 furlong trip, he just couldn't keep up. Also, he's drawn very wide. Cutting back to 5, it looks like he has some speed into him. At 5-2, another very likely winner, so let's use him on the place pot. But to recount my selection for the 6 from Meydan, let's use the 4 horse. We'll give kudos to the 5 also. We'll go 4-5-3 in the tri-cash trifecta. 4-5 in the place pot. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.